Good evening. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it at any point, but I did an Ironman yesterday. So, completed Ironman UK. This is sort of the post-race debrief, so sort of my take on how the event went. So, I've made some notes because I will forget. So from the beginning, race day morning, had breakfast, normal morning routines, absolutely fine. Queued up for the swim, I started, and in the 1 hour 10 bracket. So I've swam half Ironmans anywhere between 33 minutes and 37, so I thought I'll start in 110-ish, and if I drop back a bit, I drop back a bit. If I make spaces, I make places. Who knows? So I started in the 110, and it was pretty much the right sort of place for me to be. On the first lap, I got out of the water because it was an Australian exit, so you get out and run a little bit. I got out and I looked at my watch and I had 36 minutes ticked by, so I thought, great, okay, 36, that's 112 if I keep the same sort of pace, nice one. Got back in the water again, and I was just tired after about a third of the way into the second lap. I haven't done much training swimming in total, and definitely haven't done much distance training in swimming. I think it just showed. I faded a fair bit, but I thought I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep swimming, not panic, not try and work hard. I'm just going to keep swimming. I felt I really needed a wee, and I just couldn't go. Just couldn't do it while I was swimming, so I just stopped. Spent like 30 seconds. Come on, do it. Then the inevitable happened. Then I had to do it again later on in the second lap. So I wasn't worried about time. I just wanted to get the swim over and done with. The water quality was not great. It was smelly and a bit minging, but everybody's in the same conditions. The water temperature on race morning was 23.4 degrees. So the pros are swimming in non-wetsuits. Wetsuits are compulsory for the amateurs, which is us, for below 24 degrees. So it's only just about half a degree below them saying no wetsuits, which was worrying for me, but it was good to hear that it was declared a wetsuit swim. Don't care where they measured it from. When I was actually swimming, it was warm, but yeah, great. So on the way out, the visibility was great. On the way back, the sun was in your face, so you couldn't really see where you were going. But fortunately, there are a few hundred, a couple of thousand people to follow, so it was all right. Got biffed around a little bit on the second lap, but not too much, so pretty uneventful. I got out in 1:18, so my second lap was 42 minutes. So first one 36, second one 42. So a fair bit slower, but I did stop twice, and I had faded a bit. So I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna cry about that. Got into T1, took my time in transition, sat down, tied myself off a little bit, put socks on, got a change. I thought I don't need to pinch the seconds in here. Put my bib shorts on, put a helmet on. Went for the road helmet at the end, good choice because it was absolutely red hot. Got on the bike, I thought I'm not going to lose my head out of transition, I'm going to take it nice and steady till I get out to the main road and then sort of think about power and pace and things. As per normal, you start off a bit stronger than you hope you would do. Coming out of Pennington Flash, there's a few speed bumps and a few bumps. I hit one of them a little bit too quick and I lost my bottle. So I had one bottle in between the aero bars and one on the bike frame. I lost one at the aero bars. So I thought, again, I'm not going to stop for it. I was doing about 20 miles an hour, so I thought I don't want to stop. There's people behind me. I could potentially cause a crash or something. So I just kept going. I was thinking, right, I need to pick another bottle up from somewhere. I still had one bottle of my own nutrition in, but not enough to get me around very far. As the race went on, I picked up a couple of the Enervit isotonic drinks. That did not go down well. It was not good. So I went on to water. Not the best thing to hydrate you. I tried to sort of ration myself with my own carb mix, which I knew had electrolytes in it as well. So have some water, then some electrolytes. But I quickly just went through the carb mix and electrolytes because it tastes nice, and I knew I needed it in me. So I just kept going with that. Also, nutrition-wise, I'd planned my amount of carbs, roughly including all my nutrition. I had a couple of gels as like emergencies, which I ended up having both of them. But because losing that bottle just dropped me so much, I need to replenish it. So the rest of the bike course, I'd planned to ride sort of between 220 and 240 watts as normalised power, which for me is sort of top end zone 2. Sort of top end zone 2. I got to about 1 hour 45 in, and I realised I think this was a bit too ambitious. People talk about the big climbs, the Sheep House Lane, the of course Hunter's Hill. They don't talk about all the undulations in between that, and there's some climbs where you're down the little ring and you're having to put power out to get up them or lose a significant amount of time. So my normalised power was creeping up and up. I think an hour and 45 in, I was at like 250 watts, and I thought, I know I can't hold this for 4.5, 5 hours or however long, so I need to knock it off. So I dropped it off a bit and just thought I need to sit it between 200 and 220, bring that average down a bit, just try and recover a little bit, and just realise that I've got a long day ahead of me. So first two big climbs, fine. They were tough, big old climbs, but I felt good. About the 45 to 48 mile mark, I was on the tops. I just started going down a descent, and something just flew past me. I thought, I've just hit something in the road. Got the next little climb. I went down to go on the air bars. On the bit of flat afterwards, thought, oh, that hurts. One of my armrest pads had fallen off a bike somehow. God knows how. I've never struggled with it in the past. So it essentially meant that all was left on the armrest pad was like the rough side of Velcro. Essentially it's plastic. So I put my arm on it, thought, well, that hurts. Okay, it's an Ironman. I need to man up and get through it. Got down the bars, but it was painful. I tried getting like a Cliff Bar. Nutrition was precious to me because I dropped a bottle, but I tried getting a Cliff Bar and like smashing it in a bit into the armrest, but it all just fell off. It couldn't stay on there. So I'd rode 50 odd miles on the tops. With that in mind, I thought I don't need to panic. I'm just going to still ride with the same power. Yes, it will be slower because I'm not on the aero bars. However, I need to make sure I can run a marathon afterwards. So I came in the end in 5:03, so it was 95 miles because it was a shortened course. It was a smudge under 5,000 feet of climbing. My normalised power was 220 watts and average 18.8 miles an hour. So I was pretty happy with that. A lot of the descents were very, very technical. So you didn't really make any gains on the descent. You sort of lost all your speed up the climb, obviously, but then the descent, you didn't really get anything, but it was good. My bike split was about 220th on the day, so reasonably happy with that. Got onto the run. Running into T2, if you've done triathlon, you know what it's like. It's like does it hurt, does it not? I thought, I don't feel too bad, but my back's hurting a bit and my stomach's hurting a bit. I was thinking, okay, I'll see how it goes. Stomach I put down to the Enervit stuff, which I hadn't trained on at all, as a life lesson for me. And as I got into the run, I had to stop 3 times for a little toilet stop, so that was obvious, and it was really hampering my running. However, my aim was to run, jog everywhere, apart from try and walk through all the aid stations, get as much fluid and food on me as I could, and then get back into running again. That happened the majority of the time. I did walk there's a big climb in Queen's Park, not a big climb, a steep hill, and I walked up there. I didn't even attempt running up it. I thought, I'm not going to gain much from running up it. I certainly don't want to hamper the rest of my run. So I think my first 3 or 4 miles were about 8:45 minute mile pace, but then because of the walking and aid stations, my actual run split was 4:36 minus stops. My moving time shows as 4:30, so I'm absolutely over the moon with that. Yeah, I would have liked it being quicker. However, I got around it. I didn't like crash and burn. There were certainly high times and low times. There's an emotional roller coaster running a marathon in 9 months, so I've discovered, but it was all right. So the support was absolutely phenomenal. Give me an overall time of 11:09. I was 33rd in my age group, and about 300 and something overall out of about 2,000 finishers. So I was reasonably happy with that. My first Ironman. What next? So Bolton, if you're thinking about doing an Ironman, get your name down. Yes, it's not the fastest course, and yeah, it's in Bolton. It's not the most glamorous of places. However, the support is absolutely second to none, and I mean that. I've done Outlaw Half Ironman, I've done London Marathon, various half marathons, other runs, other triathlons. This place I'd say it was up there with London support-wise. Yes, it's not the volume of people, but the spirit that they have got is absolutely unbelievable. You'll go through a little quiet village, and there'll be 20 people congregating on somebody's driveway, with all with snacks out and stuff, all with the patio furniture out, cheering everybody on, and you think, I'm going through probably 300-400th position, and they're still out, clapping like mad, going absolutely mad. I think this is absolutely awesome. On the climbs, people have got generators and speakers going, people in fancy dress. On the big new climb, the wrestlers all dressed up with music and everything else. It was unbelievable. You turn down some streets and you think, oh, it's just a row of terraced houses. They're 3 or 4 deep people either side of the road, and it's absolutely unbelievable. Onto the run, and it just took it up another notch. Local clubs running the feed stations, all the support on course. When you go past, it's like you are the person there to support. It was absolutely unreal. I genuinely don't think I could have done it without the amount of support that was on the course. going over that line, when you're at the finish and you're an Ironman, wow, it was just absolutely unreal. You can't really describe it. All I would say is, do it. I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to peer pressure as many people as I can into doing one, because this was absolutely amazing. I went over the finish line. You get your medal, you get a towel, then you go through, and then there's a little queue for a photo in front of the finishers board, and the photographer was shaking people's hands, and he went to shake my hand, and I said, "Oh, don't worry about it, mate." I said, "This is minging," and he went grabbed my hand. He went, "No, I want to shake your hand." He says, "Seeing people do this event and hearing the stories of what their journey's been like to get here, who they're fundraising money for, what the reasons they are for doing it." He said, he showed me his arm, and he was all goose pimply, and I thought, I'm a fair while into the field, and he's still sort of emotionally moved by this. He said, "This is what I do it for." And he said, "The least I can do is shake people's hand when they cross this line." He said, "I absolutely love it." I said, "Well, thank you very much." I said, "And please don't feel that we don't get that as well." I said, "When we're running around and we see doing this for so and so, or you see the support and the banners and stuff," I said, "that absolutely affects us in exactly the same way." But he was a absolutely great guy. You get onto the feed tent, and there's people looking after you as soon as you walk in. There's massage, there's food, absolutely awesome. So, in a nutshell, get your name down for Ironman UK, because I had the best day ever. I don't know if I'll be back next year as a competitor. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing next year. We will see. But I would hope if I'm free, I'll go up and support. But it's a long way for me from Norfolk. But we'll see. I'm feeling alright today, stiff and sore, but I don't feel like there's any one part of me that really, really hurts. I just feel like an overall body tiredness, so hopefully I'll recover well this week and get back on training. So, what's next for me? 6 weeks yesterday, I start the Haute Route Alps, which is a 7-day sort of cross between a sportive and a stage race. It is timed. You have to be a pretty keen cyclist to do it, I think. So I want to get in as good shape on the road bike as I can between now and then. So I'm going to sort of half recover for this week. I'm going out for a club ride Wednesday night, and I'm going to give it some welly over the next few weeks. I don't think I'm going to run or swim. I'm going to take a bit of time off, I think. Try and get out on the road bike a bit more, try and get you guys some content, and try and get me some experiences out on the road. So I'll take you through our journey, and obviously I'll be taking you around the Haute Route Alps as well, which should be a good couple of weeks. But any questions, drop them below. But yeah, Ironman UK, absolutely brilliant. Awesome day, awesome event. Anybody who sent me a message, liked anything on social media, Strava, kudos, anything, thank you very much. I've spent today looking through the comments, looking through the messages I've had and stuff, and it is genuinely moving. And the people that I wouldn't think would think of me during times like this, it is absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much. I'm getting around to responding to absolutely everybody today, and yeah, all I can say is thank you. I did go to the awards ceremony this morning. 33rd in age group. Chances of a Kona roll down slot were about this big, and that was confirmed. My age group had two Kona slots, and second and third place took them both. So it was worthwhile going, because I definitely know now that I'm not competing in Kona. However, I am looking forward to going and spectating. So I've rambled on long enough. Any questions, just pop them below. See you soon. Thank you very much. Also, for anybody who's still watching right now and isn't completely asleep, that was one take. Pro YouTuber or what?